Hi guys, how you all doing today? My name is Promise Ekpo Osaine and I'm so excited to see you today on this channel, and I'm saying welcome to this channel and to this episode of our conversations. Yes, so thanks so much for visiting the channel today. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be giving a lot of information that I feel will be important to you, especially if you're in the process of searching for scholarships in the US. Yeah, and even you just need general information, where to start from, how to apply to schools, the waivers, the schools to apply to, and other things like that. So I'll be very happy to share all those information with you on this channel. So please subscribe and also refer your friends here. So today we'll be talking about how to get application fee waivers, because one of the difficulties that students actually encounter when they're applying for all the scholarships, so many of them are zealous, but then most schools have these application fees that they they consider mandatory, and then you as a student that is applying, you like, oh my god, how do I actually come up with this money? And then you see some people that apply to like 20 schools, 15 schools, and you're like, do you actually pay for all these schools? Because most times, like, the average amount of an application fee waiver you would see is about $70, $50. So you're like, how did you actually spend like $2,000 paying for all these application fees? And then there's always one general response: no. Of course, there are some schools that would never waive the application fee because they use the application fee as a screening criteria to like reduce the number of applicants that apply to them, so these schools would not waive it for any reason at all. So yeah, so it's good you try first, because like what I always say is that don't disqualify yourself. Don't give yourself a no. Even if a no is going to come to you, you let it come from the other person, then you would be justified somewhere within you that, oh, I actually did my best and then it didn't work out, so that's not on me anymore. Yeah, so that's the first part of this video. So you have to learn how to apply for application fee waivers, because to save you a lot of money. And what I'll be doing in this video is to share with you like at least 10 strategies that I feel worked for me, because like in my process of application, I applied several schools and I used different application fee waivers. Yeah, so guys, I'm going to start explaining. So the first thing I did actually was sending emails to the program coordinators and the graduate coordinators. For every program in most universities in the US, there is someone they call the program coordinator, and that person's part of that person's duty, role, responsibility is to um help people gain clarity about the program, about how to apply, the links to visit to, the resources that are available, and other things like that. So they are the ones that are in the position of authority to give you an application fee waiver. So that's why it's great to send emails to them. So, but you don't just come and you don't just send an email like, dear Professor so and so and so, I'm applying to your school and I need a waiver. No, that's not how it works. So basically, I'm going to talk to you about like drafting your application fee waiver email. Yeah, so basically you should start with something like, dear Professor so and so, I'm applying to the program. You can start with a simple greeting like, I trust this email finds you well. Then, my name is so and so and so. So introduce yourself first. And these are my credentials. Probably I'm a first class graduate of so and so of XYZ University, and I'm interested in this program. This is the reason, my research interest is in so and so, yeah, XYZ. Then you talk about why you should get the application fee waiver. So most of the schools, they can't give application fee waivers to everyone, but then you can give to people that actually meet certain criteria in terms of they don't have enough financial resources to apply to that school. So they have like a quota they can actually give out to students. So they would want to use that judiciously in a way they can account for it. So put yourself in the program coordinator's shoe. What do you think you would like to see from someone that is asking about the application fee waiver, that will convince you to give it to that person and feel like you can actually defend the reason you chose that candidate? Do you understand? So think about it. Don't just look at it from your view that I need this. Look at it from the program coordinator's view, and whether your reason is justified, whether the program coordinator will look reasonable when presenting your reason that you are adding in that email. So basically, some of them might talk about like they want to see like the financial challenge you are having. So you can tell them, no, I'm the first out of so XYZ number of children and I don't have enough. Or you can let them know, oh, I don't currently work at the moment. This is what I'm doing, and I earn this amount of money. Maybe I earn 50,000 naira per month, and this application fee is about $150, and that's like 3 months of my salary, and I really cannot afford it. I just have enough to eat. Just let them know like the reason. You understand? Bring the currency factor into it, especially if you're from a country in which the difference between your local currency and then the dollars is, is wide. The gap is wide. So just bring that. So try to imagine what you would like to see as a program coordinator in that email. Then fit yourself and present all those information in the email when sending it to the person. So basically it should be your introduction, who you are, why they should be able to justify that you have like you are academically you are good in terms of your academics, like you are you are someone that actually fit the eligibility criteria for that program, So you are also from an underrepresented group. Maybe you are a woman in STEM or something like that. You are a black in AI, in artificial intelligence. Just look at how you fit one of the minority groups, because most of the minority group for artificial intelligence and computer science is women, people with disabilities, and then the blacks in general. Like, not really, let me not put it as the black, let's say the African Americans in general. So the Latino and other things like that. So just try to see how you fit into those underrepresented groups and all those minority groups, so that you can also portray that in your email, right? So that is about it. Then also, please be careful about the tone of the conversation. Don't sound like you are supposed to get it. Yes, table the reason, but don't sound proud. You understand? And also, I like to add this line whenever I'm sending an application, like, and you can end it with, "Oh, I I would be really grateful if my application or if my request is considered," right? So put it there so that even if there's one last thing the person wants to remember from everything you have been saying in your email, to be that line, And then also talk about when you're talking about your research there, don't talk about it for too long. Just talk about it in terms of the impact. What's your aim? Maybe I'm working on this to help in reducing the mortality rate of infants in Nigeria or in Africa or in the sub-Sahara Africa, or just let them see in terms of the impact, why you want to do that and why you're actually looking at their schools. So just try to fit all this into an email. I would not like to give a particular template, because everyone might want to like start using exactly that template, and I don't want that, because some of these people in different schools, they have a lot of collaborations together. So I don't want everyone to just be replicating a particular type of application email and stating that that's what they are going through. No, try to learn to like put your own situation in words, right? So that people can understand you. Everybody has their own different situations, so just write according to your situation. That's why I will not want to drop a particular template, even though I'm tempted to. Yeah. So the second way to get application fee waivers is to attend the programs of the schools. This is an application season. A lot of schools are already writing, they're already in the process of like, they're already giving some kind of orientation to those that are actually trying to apply to these schools. So many graduate coordinators, diversity people, the international office of different schools right now, they are trying to give some kind of orientation to the students that are applying to these schools. So please try to use that. When you go to those webinars, try to say something, ask a question. In fact, just ask them directly. Just wait for their question and answer session and ask them that, please, how can I get an application fee waiver? What some of them will do is that they will tell you that send us your email, or they will give you a code, or they will just let you know whether it's possible for you to get the application fee waiver. And that's the best time to ask. That is your chance to ask. Yeah, so that's it. So, guys, utilize your time very well. Ask the questions. Even that's even the same time to ask about GRE waivers, IELTS waivers during these seminars. Do you understand? So when you see a school is organizing a seminar, especially when the schools that you are interested in, try to attend the seminar. Try to attend and see what's going to be in it for you. So it might be expensive, I know, in terms of data, right? The data you would use when staying on this course, but honestly, it's worth it. Imagine you spend like 100 MB, or no, that's not realistic. Let's say at least 200 MB for a video call. But then at the end of the day, you are getting an application fee waiver of $75. I think that is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth the investment. So definitely go for it. Shoot for it. Yeah. So, guys, that is the second way, attending these seminars. And when you attend these seminars, don't just sit down there and be quiet. Everything on your mind, ask the people that are presenting to you, right? And I would like to recommend Yoket. I know Yoket do some kind of fairs. I think, and that leads us to the number 3 way to get application fee waivers. So it's still like you are mailing the grad coordinators and also attending the seminars from the school when you attend certain kind of fairs. So what happened in these fairs is that I think there's one organized by Purdue University, something like Big Ten Expo or something like that, where they invite other colleges and something, those kind of fairs. I think Yoket is a good way. Um, Podio is also another good way. So when you attend those fairs where you have like 100 school coming around, so you're having 100 program coordinators, career coordinators at the same time to talk to. But this is not the time for you to spend all your time in one school and just stay there. No, your questions have to be very direct, very direct. Hi, my name is Susan. So please, I'm wondering about the possibility of getting an IELTS waiver, GRE waiver, and application fee waivers. Just answer your questions. Ask all your questions there so that you get them answered as soon as possible, right? Yeah. So that's what I would advise. So that's the third way to actually get application fee waivers. The fourth way is not actually a waiver, but it's also another way to get your application fee catered for. So you can apply to several scholarships that would do this. And you can follow some people on Twitter, LinkedIn that actually like offer to pay application fees for candidates, right? So be very sensitive when you are applying to scholarship. Try to follow those people you know on Twitter that can actually like help you. People like D1, Samuel Denny. There are a handful of them. You will see them on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Dr. Ahmed, people like that. Just try to follow them to see that they have information about application fee waivers you get. So that's what I would advise you for that. And also, that's one way. Then those are individuals. And I'm not saying they pay for application fee waivers. I'm not saying that they pay for application fees. I'm just saying that in case there's an information about application fee, they might have retweeted that information or something like that. You get. So there are bodies that actually pay for application fees, such as like a Taiwo scholarship, Education USA. So when you apply to those schools, they actually help you cover like a number, probably most times between 3 to 4 application fees, right? So you can actually look into them and apply to them so that you can get your application fees waived. Yeah, so that is the fourth way for you to get an application fee waiver. So another way you can get an application fee waiver is by asking your friends. Yeah. So one thing I've learned is that it's very good to work along with people that have the same vision and the same mission, right? They have the same vision and the same mission as you. They're also trying to get into graduate schools. So you can ask your friend, like, are you searching for application fee waivers? Because most times, like, people get different application fee waivers. Do you get? Maybe I'm focusing on these schools. There might be some schools that are offering those application fee waivers that you are not aware of, that a friend might know about. So don't isolate yourself and say, no, I don't want it. Just, or no, I don't want to know what I'm doing. Yes, I know you might like have some privacy concerns, but talk to those people you know are also in the same um line on the same journey as you, so they can also have information about application fee waivers, of how they got a particular one they got. Maybe they may even have information about the emails and everything, so try to talk to them, right? So that is the sixth way. So the seventh way you can get an application fee waiver is by asking a professor. Now, I'm not saying you're going to ask the professor to pay for you. This is how it's done. So, we have talked about sending cold mails to supervisors. Now, when a professor has interviewed you and liked you and has accepted that, okay, yes, I'm going to create a slot for you in my research team and I'm going to fund you. So you should engage that professor about your application process, because the professor might also have information about certain people in departments to talk to, information about those program coordinators whom you might also have information about, right. But now it's going to be different, because it's going to impact how your email is going to be sent to that program coordinator. What do I mean? So you can say, now I told you before earlier, that you said, dear professor so, or dear whatever is the name of the graduate coordinator, comma, I trust this email finds you well, you are greeting, my name is so and so and so. Now you're going to the next thing. I'm applying for the program, for this particular PhD program, and I'll be supervised by so professor who has approved that I should join his research team. So now that is another way of telling the graduate coordinator why you need it. You understand? The graduate coordinator is justified now, because you have already found a professor that likes you and wants to work with you. So it makes sense that they give the application fee waiver code to you. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's another way you can do it. Then also, you can try to carry your mentors along. If you have mentors from, like, genuinely like you, Kali, maybe those from your internships, you can ask them as well. That actually, when let's say you've gotten a school to apply to, you've gotten the professor in the school that wants you there, but the professor is unable to do anything about your application fee waiver, and then you've contacted the program coordinator said no. Then, so you can ask them, some of them that are really passionate, and if they know that you are a serious person, then they'll be ready to also assist you and to give you that support that you need, right? So yeah, you can talk to them. So that's another way. Now, another method. Can you see all the tricks I'm giving you guys? Yeah, so guys, so I really want you guys to know everything I did. So another thing you can do, another thing you can do to get application fee waivers is that, if there are two program coordinators for a particular course, don't send an email and copy the two of them in the same email. Don't. Because why one might feel you are qualified, the other one might feel you're not qualified. And why one feels like maybe, yes, they should give you, the other one might feel they should not give you. So don't, Charlie, if they know that they've already waived your IELTS and GRE, and then you're asking for application fee waiver, they're not like, no, you just want us to waive everything. So don't just copy two of them, like the two program coordinators together. Don't do that. Send an individual mail to one, wait for that one to respond, then send another individual mail. If it's a denier, then send an individual mail to the other one and wait for that one to respond. And if it's a denier, then you know that yes, you have really tried your best and there's nothing you can do at this stage. You have done everything that you can do. So yeah, it's no longer your fault. So you now strategize, okay, about on how to actually pay the application fee, right? Yeah. So guys, that's really how to do it, you know. And another thing is that, think very well about how about okay, let me not discourage you guys, but think about the probability of you getting the admission, right, when you are paying the application fee. So if you have done everything I've mentioned now and you still don't have the money, look at it. Do you have a professor in the university that is going to work with you? Yes. If yes, go ahead and pay for it. Yeah, go ahead and pay for it. If no, then think about it very well. What are your chances? If you feel your chances are high, go ahead and pay for it. You understand? So, but be careful the ones you would pay for. because there are some that would be waived, there are some that will never be waived. So try to watch out to know the ones that can never be waived. Those ones that can never be waived, like some Ivy League schools, they can never be waived. And now some Ivy League schools can be waived, while some will not be waived, so that I'm not misquoted. Yeah. So another thing, way to get an application fee waiver is that don't wait till the last minute. What do I mean? You are going to apply for for submit an application in a month's time. What is wrong with you sending it to them right now? Don't wait for the day when maybe 2 days to the deadline. It's very hard. One, the quota might have been exhausted. Quota of application fee waivers they can give might have been exhausted. So there's nothing they can do at that point in time. So I will tell you they need 2 weeks to process your application fee waiver code. So try to do that. And secondly, another thing I would also advise you, yeah, I don't know whether we are more than 10 now, but I'll try to say as many as possible. Search online that groups that are affiliated, search online for groups that are affiliated with universities, right? That enable application fees to be waived. There are certain organizations that if you are a member under them, there's some kind of partnership they have with school that you would not need to pay. There's some people that don't pay application fee when they meet a category for some schools. Example, if you are working as a soldier or as a police, you've worked in the armed forces, maybe for the US, and you are applying, most times they would most likely waive the application fee because you're already serving the government. Do you understand? In one way or the other, you have served. So try to find, and there are some groups that they consider underrepresented groups. So if you or affinity groups, so try to check those groups to see if you can join any. Some of them you can search online. I don't have all the information about it, but you can search online. So use Google as a resource to search for all these things. If you check for list of 50 schools with no application fee, with zero naira application fee, you will see list of 50, not a list of schools that offer application fee waivers. You would see. So guys, please search online. Don't just come and ask someone that, oh, what are the schools I can get application fee waivers for? That's not a good question at all, because it shows that you're not really working. Maybe if you have said, okay, I found 3 schools, so do you know any other ones? It's okay, because you have found some. But if you're just coming and you're just like, please, I don't know anyone at all that's offering. So when you are asking your questions, try to think about questions that you can find on Google. You can find the answers to their list on Google. Then just search for them. Then make sure the questions you're asking are those that really you cannot really find on Google. So, but if you use Google, I'm sure you would see all these groups. And try to join groups, maybe scholarship groups, because at times they will just paste all this list there, and you would see, so that you would even know the schools to even write to, because it's the probability of a school that has given application fee waiver last year giving it this year is high, right? Compared to the ones that maybe they've never given before for the past 10 years, and you are not the first person to ask for application fee waiver. So your chances there would be low. Yeah. So guys, those are the methods to get it. Another thing I would say is that when you are searching Google, know how to use Google strategically to streamline the number of the kind of results that you get, because it's queries that you type in that will determine what will come out. So if you know the name of the school you want to look for application fee waiver code from, search it online. Example, you can search online for Stanford application fee waiver form. Some of these schools have forms that you should fill, links, a web page about application fee waivers, but you would not know if you don't search online. So try to be specific. When you have found, maybe you have found a list, so you can also try to see if there's a link. So I saw that several while I was applying different schools that had like a link for application fee waivers. They'll say for waivers, search here, and most times they will put the deadline for you to use that form or use that link. So that's another method. Yeah. So guys, yeah, I think I've really said a lot. But what I would say is that don't think about your application fee as like a waste of money. No. If you need to pay. But one thing I'll tell you is that think very well about how you should get those application fee waivers. Think very well. If you really focus your mind and think, you will get ideas. I'm telling you, you will get very good ideas that you can use. Yeah, ideas that you can use and you get what you need. So just be thinking about it. Just be thinking about it. Subscribe to all the some of all the schools, they have a website or a link that they'll say subscribe here if you want to get information about our application process and all those things. Please, I know you'll be getting a lot of mails, but subscribe. Some groups or some schools also have a Telegram page for like people applying to them. Search online. You can even ask program coordinator, is there a Telegram page? Because some of them do, like there was a school that was doing that thing. Then they have I can't remember their name. I'm trying to remember their name. They had like a day where you can chat on WhatsApp with the program directors. They had that, yeah. So you can utilize that. So you can chat with these people, you can mail them, you can bombard them with your request and be positioned, ensure you have yourself together, ensure that you are saying the things that you know that they can be justified when they give you that waiver. Do you understand? Because some of time at times they have those limited. And also at times it's not really about who is the most qualified. It's whoever applies for the waiver first that will get it. At the same although they are filtering those that they are giving, but at the same time they need to use the entire waiver slot so that it will not be like they wasted the waiver slot. So please guys, shoot these people. And also if you are watching this and you're thinking about apply now. One way you can waste your time is to wait for everything to be perfect before you apply. No, apply currently the way you are with the things you have. Draft your email. If there's someone that can look at it for you, send to the person. Like I right now have a lot of things going on. Yeah, I have a lot of things going on. So I can't really like start to review a lot of so many drafts, application fee, waiver draft. No. But if you follow everything I've said in this video, at least all the application fee waiver codes that are possible to get, the ones that are possible to waive, you will be able to waive them. So I wish you good luck, and again, please subscribe to the channel. I'll bring you much more information later. Take care of yourself. Have an amazing time, an amazing month. Cheers.